Hi everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie, and today we are beginning December daily. So today I'm going to do December 1st project and December 2nd project. And if you recall, we had done our own prompt list. So let's take a look at our prompt list real quick. So today for December 1st is to use a postcard. And for December 2nd is to have a black and white photo in the project. So I'm going to be using a black and white photo. So let me just show you some of the stuff I'm going to be using, and then we'll go project by project. So I'm probably going to use some brads, eyelets possibly on that. So I'm going to set those aside. You definitely want a paper trimmer, scissors. I'm going to be using a hole punch on the first project. A couple of different kinds of glue. So I have my Fabri-Tac, I have my art glitter glue, scissors, let's see, I think, and then I'm going to be putting it into my December daily journal. And then we'll be labeling them for December 1st and December 2nd. So the first thing I want to do is I like keeping track, even though they're all in sequence. So I'm just going to put a check mark beside each one of those. So these are our two projects. We're going to be using these prompts today. And I also have linked it on my first where we announced about the December daily, but I'll also link it on these videos if by any chance you want to join along and you want to just have some fun. And that's what this is all about. It's all about having some fun. So again, here's my December daily journal. And so today I'm going to be using the back of this Christmas card, which is plain, right here, for December 1st. And then December 2nd is going to be this page. So let's get started. So the first one is to use a postcard. So let me show you what I have. So here's what I've pulled together. So I want to use this vintage postcard. I think it's gorgeous. And my thought is I'm going to back it, but before I do that, I have these two little cuties, and I want them to be part of the postcard. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a hole punch. Find my little hole punch here. This is a 1-inch hole punch. And I'm going to punch a couple of holes into the postcard where I want these little cuties to be peeking through. So I think I want one up here. So I'm going to punch one right about here. Try to make it even. And then I think I want to punch one kind of right in here. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So my thought is I want to put these little cuties peeking through the holes, just like that. So I think that'll be cute. And then eventually they're going to be on here, so they'll have a little background. So I think that's totally fine. Okay, so first thing I want to do, I'm going to be using some distress ink. So I'm going to use Vintage Photo. I just inked this yesterday, so hopefully it's not too much ink. I'm just going to go around the postcard. I'm also going to kind of do these holes, give them a little vintage look. Around that. And then I am going to do a little bit around these little cuties. Just the parts that are going to be peeking through. So we got that. And then my plan is also to have a pocket on the page, which we'll get to when we get to that. So I'm going to put these aside and let's just work on this. So first thing I want to do is glue my little kids on the back. So let's see here. I think just kind of want them peeking through, kind of like that. So I think what I'll do is add a little bit of glue at the top here and then at the bottom. And get this little guy placed on here. Sorry for the glare. It's hard when you have these shiny items. So he's peeking through. And then let's put her down here. So we'll just use some glue down here at the bottom part. And she's going to be peeking through there. So that was my thought process. I think they're just kind of peeking through on the area. So let me get my scissors and trim this off. And, whoops, get her back put in place. And now we're going to glue it to this background piece. Okay. I think I'm going to trim this off on the back as well. Don't need the extra bulk. Okay, so now let's glue it onto this, and let's make it this our background page. I think what I want to do though is I want this to have a decal edge. So I'm going to glue it to where I have some space to go ahead and do some decal edging on it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on first. And then give it some space so I can put it on, use my decal edge trimmer. That's a Tim Holtz trimmer. Okay, so we got that. My decal edge trimmer. And now we'll trim this down, leaving an edge. So I think right about on this black line right here. I'll try to do the same amount all the way around. Okay. Oops. Okay, so we have that. And now I want to go ahead and distress around the edges of the paper. All right. So now let's get our journal. And open it up to the side that we want to use. So this side is going to be where this is going to go. And because it's plain, I don't want to just put it on like this. So I have printed out on vellum some of this music paper that I got from the journal outlet. And so I think I want to use the Silent Night side. And I want to put that on here. So I'm also going to use the decal edge trimmer. And I only need to mark the bottom part because the rest of it I think I'm okay with just above where the decoration is. So we will trim it down here about to there. Take my decal edge trimmer again. I love the look of this, so that's why I want to go ahead and use this. And we will just trim off, let's see, let me cut this right about here. And then do the bottom part. And then we'll see if we've got it to size. So, okay. So now let's see how this fits on here. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, I am going to distress this as well. So again, I'm just using vintage photo. Go all the way around. And what's nice about the decal edge is that the ink just kind of grabs all the little areas from the decal edging, so it makes it look really, really vintagey that way. And then we're going to glue this down. And I'm just going to put glue around the edge. Because with vellum, you never know how it's going to react. And with glue, it's easier to put it down than with double-sided tape. Because once it's down with double-sided tape, you can't really reposition it. So I'm just going to go around the edge. And our glitter glue does dry clear. So put that on. Like that. And then I want to use a pocket. So I have a couple of pockets that I've picked out. I'm just not sure which one's going to go best. So this will be inserted into the pocket. It's got a nice green background. This is double-sided paper. I believe that this is Tim Holtz. And let's see which one goes the best. I kind of like that one because it's got all the colors in it. Okay, yeah, let's go with this one. So all I have to do is fold in the edges to create the pocket. These pockets, I believe, are from Angela Kerr. And let's see, put this on here. And then I'm going to trim off a little bit because you still have a little excess here that I don't want peeking out over it. So trim that. And then I'm also going to distress it. And then you can decide. You don't always have to have these flaps on here. I kind of want a tighter fit, so I think the flaps will be okay on this one. So we're just going to go ahead and glue down the flaps. This will create the pocket. If you wanted a pocket to have more stuff in, these are the way to go. And then if you don't have as much to put in there, then you can always cut the flaps off. So press that down really good. See, and even on the vellum, you can't see the glue. So that worked out really nice. And then we're going to tuck in our card. Like so. And there's our first page. I will be dating these pages at the end for December 1st and December 2nd. So that is for December 1st. So now I'm going to move on to December 2nd, which is using a black and white photo. So I'm going to gather those things and then I'll be right back. Okay, I want to put a little decoration here when I number it, so we'll come back to that and add that on after we do this page. So this page, coffee dyed paper, I've got a little bit of coffee staining that I did with a stencil of Tim Holtz. Did a little bit of a holly over here. But what I want to make is have an over the page thing. I'm not really sure what to call it. So I'm going to be using this envelope, and I also have this Tim Holtz snapshot. Plan is that this is going to peek out through here. So it's going to get mounted on here. It's going to come into here, into the side of the envelope. Now the opening is on this side. So I have decided to close that side off and open this side up so it's easier to get it in. It'll come onto the edge. What I want to do is use this paper that I got from Etsy, and I believe this is the Pink Willow shop. I think that's what it's called. So I want to cover this envelope with this. And then it's going to be a top flip this way. And then this picture to go inside. So on the background, I have this paper, and I believe that this paper is from, I can't remember. I'm not sure, but I'll link some things down below to their shops, and then you can take a look and see what they have. But I thought this kind of went really well together. So this will go on to the back of the page. I'm going to set that one aside, and we're going to work on the envelope. So for the envelope, I just want to cover this whole side and close it up. And I'm going to come in just a little bit so it's a little bit more of a square and not rounded. So I'm going to glue on, and then I'm going to trim. And then we'll just continue on until we get this completely covered. So just add the glue. I'm trying to do this the easiest method, so it doesn't take a whole lot of your time if you're wanting to do something like this. So we will glue this here. This paper is absolutely gorgeous. I just want to make sure that that's down good. And then actually we can fold this over, thinking about these things strategically so that they don't take a long time to do, but yet they still come out looking nice. So if I fold that over, that covers my back. And then I want to trim off on this side. So I'm going to completely put the glue, and kind of glue down these little flaps here as well. Put the glue on. Let me glue down this little flap on this side. There we go. All the way around. Okay. And then we can completely cover this. Just like that. So the back side is all done. Grab my bone folder and just give it a little crease and smooth it out. Okay. Now we can trim this off. Get my paper trimmer so it's a nice, oh, it's a little bit too big. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Well, actually, maybe if I take the top off first. We'll do that part. So, let's see. I want to line that up so I'm not cutting some of the envelope. So, let's try that a little bit more. I didn't want to be too hasty and then cut part of the envelope off. So let's try that. Okay, we can always trim it more with the scissors, of which I'm going to have to do. It's just too big for my paper trimmer. So actually, yeah, so let's do that. Let's trim this off. And then let's trim off strip that's going to be our opening. Ooh, still doesn't fit. Okay, back to the scissors. That's okay. I'm just going to take a little sliver. It's not going to be a lot. If you want to use a knife and a ruler, that's fine. I'm just going to wing it here. Okay, got it. We're good. Okay, so now I've got my opening here on this side. And we want to continue covering this. So this will fit here perfectly. And let's fold that up a little bit. We just might make it with one sheet. I think we will. Might be a little piecing together, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Bend this over again so I can give it a nice tear. Okay, so is that our piece? No, this is our piece. All right, so let's glue that on. It's okay if you go over the window a little bit. I want my window to look more square than rounded, so that's why I'm going over it a little bit. So we'll line this up with the edge. And that takes care of that. Then we should be able, we should be able to do two pieces here. So I'm just going to do it the easy way. I'm going to glue this on and cut it off. Whoops. So we'll put this on. And trim it. This paper smells really good. I'm smelling the coffee. Big time. Okay, and then we just need one more piece, which is going to go right here. So, again, I'm just trying to make things simple and easy. So we're just going to glue this on here and trim it off. Like so. And that gets our envelope completely covered. Okay, so now we've got this. And the first thing I want to do is measure where I need to fold, because this is going to be a flip up. So my page would be about here. So I want to fold it right around here. So let's do that. It's a little bulky with all the papers and stuff. You can trim it down if you want to, pare it down a little bit, not be so thick, but actually I'm okay with it. So that will go here, just like that. So now we need to do some decorating, and we also need to make the card to go inside. So what I want to do is I want this to show through the window. So they will be like this, and we'll just kind of make them even. So it'll look like that. So I want to, that's going all the way down to the bottom. So even if I went up a little bit, okay. So we'll do about like so. So let's cut this shorter so that we can work with it. I want it to go in completely into the inside. So the height, made a little mark here, so I'm going to cut that down. And then we can work with it. Okay, so we've got that. So if I were to insert this in here, that would give me placement for my ladies. So if I do that, so we can put them right about there. So I want to make a mark where I'm going to trim this down here. And then I'm going to make a mark here where the top corner is going to go. So let me show you what I mean. So I made a mark here, and that's where I'm going to cut it. And then I made a mark here, and that's where this is going to go. So that'll peek out through the window. So first of all, let's trim this down. So this mark. Perfect. And then I can decide, do I want it to have a tag shape? I think I do. So we will just put this right there. And it looks kind of empty, so I want it to look a lot more decorated. So let's work on that a little bit. So I've got lots of things here off to the side. All kinds of fussy cuts that I've been doing. So I'm just going to kind of dig through here and find some that I like. Now, these are very vintagey looking. I think they might go very well with that. Also, I've got these. So these are from Flutter by Digital. And then this is Betty's Customs Design. So maybe we'll find something in all of these to decorate this up, because we want to decorate the tag, and then we also want to decorate the outside of the envelope. So I'm going to move the journal off to the side so we can just work on this. So let's see. What do we have here? That might go with this. Let's see. So could do something like that. I got all kinds of goodies in here. Let's see, what do we have over here? Now this is Flutter by Digitals. A lot of vintagey items in here. Let's just pull some of these out to take a look at what we can add. Lots of children. Oh, look. So this might be cute. I'm thinking that this white, although we're not going to see it, you will see it when we pull it out. So maybe if I do some decorating and kind of covering up some of that, that might look really cute. I think this one's a little too large, so let's go a little smaller. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let's try this one. What else do we have? We have basket. So I think what I need to do is I need to put this back in here, and let's take a look at how the picture is going to look in here. So if it's on there like this, that kind of gives me an idea where to decorate. So above that. Okay. So I think what I want to do is first, let's distress this. And I'm okay to do this along the white edge, just to kind of tone that down. So we do that. Again, this is Vintage Photo. I'm just using Vintage Photo today. I think that makes the photo look a lot more vintage now. So we got that. Now let's go ahead and glue this on here so we know what to do going forward. So we'll glue this on. Okay. And there's our mark. So I'm going to line this up to that mark. That way I've got it in the right spot. Okay, so let's angle the corners. It doesn't have to be a lot. Is this my large one or my small one? Let's see, what does this one do? Yeah, so this side. There, and there. And then we're going to ink up around the edges of this. And this has music on the back. This is another Tim Holtz from his backdrops. Christmas this year. Okay, already looking better. So now let's come up with some ideas on how to decorate. Everything always looks better, and you get to see what it actually looks like if you just use the distress ink on it first. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have, oh, maybe we use, I need something smaller to kind of go down here at the bottom. Look at this cute puppy. Too large. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's do that. Just dress it up, and then let's see what we can do here. I have some labels also, so maybe we can add in a few labels. I think that would look good with that. And maybe over on this side, then maybe we do use a label. So let me grab my labels. Got this little box full of labels. So let's see. Let's see, what can we use? We need something kind of large. So maybe that. And then maybe something down there. Okay. Ink these up. And then we can glue it down. Then we'll see how it looks in the window. Hopefully it still looks good. Got lots of places to decorate on the envelope itself. So we'll do this one here. And add this holly and berries. Spent a lot of time fussy cutting, but I still didn't get, all the things that I wanted to get fussy cut to play with, but I can always do some as I go along. Okay, I want to make sure I don't go over so that it fits into the envelope nicely. Oh, see, that looks really good. I like that with the holly. And then let's do this side, the top. Thinking, yeah, like that. And then we'll glue this piece down. Like so. Perfect. Perfect. Cute. I do like that. I'm so sorry for my phone ringing. Every time I go to do a video, my home phone likes to ring a lot. And it's mostly just people advertising wanting money. Okay, so this looks good. Now we need to decorate the front of this. So let's see, what else do we have here that would complement the front? Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, look at how cute that is. Yes, and I also have some lace. So I'm thinking maybe some small lace. go on the edge. So let's take a look at that. Got this one. Let's see if I do it this way, maybe. Yeah. I think that would look nice. Let's do that. I've got my Fabri-Tac here. So I'll put that down. And I want it to go this way. So I'll just put it toward the edge and then I can trim off any excess. So put that on. Okay. Nice. Now let's see, what do we really want to put on this? I'm not sure what to use of these. There's all the houses. Maybe I could do some of that on the other side. I still have to do the other back side of this, so let's see. What else? What else? What else? Lots of kids here. I'm not sure that the kids are working for me. I think I just really want something. There we go. Yes, that I like. Okay, so let me ink around this. All right. And we can put that on and maybe another label. Let's see. Something kind of in those colors. You can actually drop this down a little bit. That kind of frames them in. Yes. Yes, yes. I like that. Okay. Glue these down. All right. Perfect. And now our beautiful poinsettia. And we'll kind of frame them in like that. Perfect. Love it so far. Absolutely love it. Okay, so I think I don't want to put a topper on the top, but I think I want to put a tab. And I have some tabs, so I'm going to grab my tabs and come back and then we'll finish decorating. Okay, so I have picked out a couple of tabs. I have some in red and I have some in the craft color. I'm going to see which one might look the best. So let's see here. I think I got one too many. There we go. So if we did this one, I like that one. I actually like that one. But let's try this one. I think I have. Let's try, see what this looks like. Oh, actually, I think I like this one better because it kind of would stand out a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so let's do some distressing. Get this all distressed. And then I also picked out a charm, this little bow, and a bulb pin. So I've got that. So let's see, let's put this back in the envelope, like so. figure out exactly where I want this. Okay, I think I want it right there. So let's add some glue to the bottom part. I want it to come right to the edge, like that. And then we'll do the other side. And glue that down. Okay. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way so we have some more space. Okay, so now, oops, this didn't get glued down. Very good. Let's hold that down for a second. Put these off to the side now. And put that on. Clean this off. Lid on this. I always have a tendency to not get the lids on or the pins in or whatever needs to be done, and then it gets clogged. Okay, so that will stick out. And then, so what I want to do is I want to add an eyelet toward the end here. So get my crocodile. I'm going to use the small one. So there's the large hole and then the small. And I'm going to be using the small one. Put that there. And then let me grab my brads. Let's see. What do we want? I think I have some red ones in here. Yes, I do. Got these small red ones. Let's use one of those. Perfect. Got to change my setting on here too. Let's see. Okay. Put our eyelet in. They're so tiny. And let's get that secured on here, like so. So we've got that. And then our bulb pin with our charm. And we will connect it like so. Let's see, maybe if I turn it around and have it hang down. Not really crazy about the bulb pin. Let's try it again. Oh, there we go. Got it. Just have to finagle it a little bit. Okay, so we put this back in here. Like so. And then this will hang out. Super cute. All right. So let's see. Let's make a little bit of room here. Let's bring the journal back. So this is going to get glued down. The thing I want to know is, I think I want to go over the page completely, because then that can be a little tuck spot on whatever I decide to do for December 3rd. So that would just kind of help that along. Okay, so that'll go about there. So, oh, one other thing I did while I was off camera is I stitched around this. So I don't know if you can see that, but I did do some stitching. So you can see it on the back. I used red thread. So I did do some stitching. So let's cover the back of our page now. This is the paper that I want to use. So I'm just going to do some marking. I think what I'm going to do is trim off the white edge first. And that way I can figure out where to cut the rest of this. So, oops. So we'll do that. And then need a bigger space. I always say that about my craft room. I need more space in my craft room because I have so much stuff. Okay, so let's see. Let's get this marked. So I think if I just take off the white edges there, we're good. So we just need to mark it here. Take my pencil. Let's move this up a little bit. Make sure I got it in the right spot. And mark it. Okay. Perfect. Bring our cutter back. And get this trimmed down. It'll be easier to manage once you get it trimmed down. Okay. Perfect. And then I'm just going to trim off the white edges, and that should give me what I need as far as the size for my page. Like that, and here. Perfect. Going to ink the edges. I love this grungy paper. I think it is so pretty. I think it might be from Carolyn's Musings, but I'm not sure. But I've got so many different digitals. I tried to take some time to figure out whose were whose, so I could at least kind of give you an idea of where to go to find some of these. Okay, I'll be covering up all my stenciling, but that's okay. Okay, so we're going to glue this down. I think I like the grunginess the way it is. So just glue this on. Yes, I wrote it on the back here. Carolyn's Musings. Carolyn's Musings. She's got some really pretty stuff. Okay, I'm just going around the edge, and then that way it doesn't buckle in the center. I learned that from Barbara on 49 Dragonflies, and it really does work. Okay, make this even, Lori. Make it even. Try to line up the edge and the bottom. There we go. Okay, so here's our background. Got that on. And then I think I do want this to flip over. So go over the page, and then it'll flip up. So we could do some decorating here. So that's in place. So let's do some decorating, and we want to make sure that everything goes this way. So when you flip it up, it's right side up. So it may look upside down when you go to put it on, but when you flip it up, it will be right side up. So let's see, what do we want to do on this? I think I want to use another Tim Holtz paper doll. So let's see if we can find a larger one. Let's see. I've got all kinds in here, but I think my wintry ones are in the back. So let's see. Think. Oh, here we go. How about these little cuties? Let's try those, and let's try these little cuties here. See which one looks the best. And then I also have some Tim Holtz decorations. So I think between the two of these, we should be able to make it work. So let's see, which ones look the best? Okay, those are cute. But these are a little bit smaller. Let's see. So do we want, oh, you know what? We want to come down a little further. So I think maybe these guys I think those guys will look the best. And let's see what we can find in here to put behind them. Let's see. This Merry Christmas. That might be cute. And let's see. I think I will use the 2 on this for December 2nd. I'm not sure. I think the other one, because it's smaller, I think I just might stamp it. So let's see. What do we have in here that would decorate this up nicely? Maybe some holly. Maybe that. And maybe that. It says Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And then maybe something down here. Maybe that. I think so. Okay, so I need to make sure I'm doing this the right way. So that when you flip it up, it's right. I want to make sure I got this right. So if I were to flip it up, yes. Okay. All right. So let's put these down. Do some distressing and put those down. I'm going to use the number 2 on this. Let me put some of these near their packages so I can get them back in the right spot. Like that. And let's see, I don't think there's anything else I want here. Okay. I am going to use the 2, I think. Okay, let's finish this up. Let's, first, distress, not glue. All right. Go around these little cuties. Give them a little vintage look. There we go. Yeah. And do this. A little bit on these. I love using the Tim Holtz stuff. I tried to get as much as I could. Some of the stuff was out of stock, and then some of the stuff I liked from last year was hard to find again. So yeah, I love using his products. Okay, so I think right about there. Okay, now we're ready to glue. So put this down first. Okay. Tuck that right under there so we can see the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And then the kids. Get the kids down. Okay. All right. And then our holly. We'll put that right there. And then this holly and the poinsettia. We'll kind of frame this in. Let's see. Maybe on this side would look better. Trying to get it figured out again how I wanted to do it. I guess maybe up here a little bit and then put the poinsettia right about there. There we go. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I put something out and then I'm not crazy about it, and then I rework it and it's like, okay, that's the way it should go. Okay, so when this goes on like this and you flip it up, then it's right side up. Very cute. Now, this number 2. What if I put it on this? How would that look? It's kind of large, but yeah. All right, let's ink it up. Then I just have to do December 1st. And we still need to do a little decorating on that pocket. So now that we got some of this stuff out, we can do that. So maybe right about there. Let's tuck that back in, make sure. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right. Now I think we're back to our page. And let's put this on. So over the page. Oops. There we go. And I think I want it about like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this, hide some of this white in here. Actually, I could probably... You know, I didn't go around the whole thing, so let's do that. Let's make sure that we got it inked before I glue it on. I have a tendency to go, oops, I forgot to do that. So let's do that really well. And I'm going to glue this shut right here. Perfect. Okay, that looks better. Let's finish inking. Okay, I think that's looking better. Much better. All right, so now let's glue this onto our page, and I'm going to make the other side a pocket. I have no idea what I'm doing for December 3rd yet, but I can incorporate that. Whatever I decide to do, I will incorporate. Okay, so I'm just going to glue on the sides. I am going to run a bead right down here and then up this side to make this pocket. And make sure it's on there all the way. And just hold it for a couple seconds and let it grab hold. It's kind of thick, so I want to make sure it grabs hold. And then I think we got this page finished. Not quite ready. There we go. Press it down on this side. So we've got this page. So let's finish this one up. Let's add a few decorations. I think we can use some of the Tim Holtz that I have out here. So let's take a look at what we can add. Let's see. I think that's a little large. Covers up the little girl's face. What else do we have here? Let's see. Something smaller. That's kind of cute because it kind of sticks over. Kind of goes together. I think I would like it more than using a tree. What about this one? Not liking it as much as I am this one. And that can stick out a little bit. Or maybe I just cut this down. And we just use part of it. Let's do that. So let me cut this part off. And then, let's see. If we do it like that, let's cut this. Right, like that. And then it can still peek over, but not overtake it. And I got room to stamp right here. Okay, got it. Let's finish this up. And then I think I want to do one more thing on this postcard. Whoops! To finish it up. So let's see, I think which way did I have it? I think I had it this way. All right. Oh, like this. Put glue where I shouldn't have put glue. Let's pull this out, and then I can make sure that this is not sticky. So now when it goes in there, it's kind of framed. Yeah, that looks cute. Okay, but one more thing I wanted to do on this that I just thought about is put an eyelet. And I think I'm going to put the eyelet over here in the corner. So I'm going to use the large setting this time. So right about there. And let's get a larger eyelet. Use this gold one. And let me reset my settings here. I think that's correct. Okay, so let's put this eyelet on. Okay, where'd it go? Got it, got it, got it. Okay, so let's secure this down. And then I want to use some of this gingham ribbon that I found on Amazon. So I'm going to just cut me a piece. And I learned this, and I just absolutely love it, from Angela Kerr. I just love the way she does it. It's so simple. It's just tying it on like so. I'm going to tie this one in a knot. And then it's just trimming down the edges. And they just look so cute. Like that. So I'm going to add that to that in here. And I just need to add the date, which I'm just going to use like a number 1. So I'm going to grab my clickable stamps, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I figured out what I want to do for December 1st. So I found this. It's a little stamp. It says 1 cent, but it says 1. And I wanted it to be kind of creative, so I'm just going to ink this up. This is from my porch prints. I'm going to mount it on this Tim Holtz backdrop paper I had left over. So we'll put that on here. just a little edge, just a little border, not very big. And I'll just cut that down. Like so. And ink around that. So it looks like that. And then I'm going to just glue it, let's see, I think right about there, so I don't cover up her face. If I would have thought about it, I would have put this underneath the poinsettia, but I don't think I can. Art glitter glue, it's usually stuck, so we'll just put it right by it. So I'll just put glue down here on the bottom part. And then adjust it to where I don't cover up the little girl's face. And there's our December 1st and December 2nd projects finished. So here's what we did over here. We added the vellum music, so when you take it out, you got something fun to look at. Silent Night, it just went perfect with this little church picture. We added in the little Tim Holtz kids behind it with a hole punch, and then we used a decollage trimmer to do the edges of the card. We mounted it on here. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little distress to the back of this as well. It's a place for journaling. If you are into journaling, that's perfect. We did this pocket. We added this music. We decorated up. And 1 cent is for December 1st. Over here, we created this tag to go inside, and we decorated that up. I did some stitching around it. We added the number 2 for December 2nd. Here's a dangle with a little bow charm, and on the back it's music paper. I think I'll do the same thing I didn't do is distress the back of this as well. And you could also put on tea dye paper or coffee dye paper if you want to be able to write on it. I'm not a huge journaler, so decoration for me is just fine. And this dangles goes into this envelope pocket like that. And we decorated that up, and then when you flip it up, we did decoration here so that it's right side up when you flip this up. We added this vintage grungy digital here, and it didn't need really anything else but inking. And we went over the page, created a pocket on this side, so we'll see what December 3rd comes up with for that. So that's December 1st and 2nd from the Crafting Auntie, and hopefully you pop on over to Nana's Crafting Cottage and see what she's got going for December 1st and 2nd using the same prompts and what ideas that she came up with. Hope you guys will join us. Sorry for the glare again. Here we go. There we go. That's much better. Hope you guys will join us, or just do some of your own December daily, whatever you want. I will link the prompt list again below in the description box. I also will add a couple of the stores from Etsy where I did get some of these digitals. So I hope you guys all have a great day, and we'll see you at the next video, which will be on Monday, where we will do December 3rd and December 4th. Talk to you later. Bye, and Merry Christmas!